Resume. Okay. Hi, everybody. I'm so excited. Congratulations. Oh, look, Emma's getting a big cuddle from her son. Congratulations, you guys, for coming on the call tonight. He's giving me a wave as well. It is 8 p.m. on Sunday. What is the date? Gosh, the 22nd of October. And can I just say, we are exploding this month. I've come back and everybody's numbers are phenomenal. I'm just going to do a quick of a shout out here because we've still got 10 days to go this month and so much can happen in 10 days. Okay. So if you think a lot can happen in 10 days, then guess what? You're right. And if you think a lot can't happen in 10 days, then guess what? You're right. So what's going on up here? That's the most important thing. Okay. So I just want to quickly say, Alison Hutchinson has sponsored 12 people directly this month, which is phenomenal. I mean, everyone's going, wow, and she's not, that's like 10 days still to go. So huge congratulations. I can see, you know, people sponsoring are really up. Let me just drop down my list here. We've got Joanne, who's on this call. She has done personally 7 this month as well. So she's on the phone there. Congratulations. Amazing. Then we've got Rebecca Moore. She has done 6 this month. So huge shout out, Rebecca. It's amazing. And I know that Michelle Duke as well has done 5 this month as well. So all these people, Rebecca is literally about to DM bonus. Michelle is DM bonusing. Joanne's DM bonusing. We have got, let's see, obviously already Ali about to DM bonus as well. Nikki Marchin's done 6 and close to DM bonus. And then we've got as well, we've got Claire Slaney's done 6, Andrea Phillips done 4. Incredible, guys, just blowing out the water. So let me just tell you what our region looks like for sponsoring this month. So our area in our region, Maritza's just joined. Hey, Maritza. So our area in our region, which consists, so people get confused, what does that mean, like when you break things down? So obviously we're all a consultant, so we all start off as an independent consultant. We then move to district manager, okay, the first level of leadership, okay? So that's everybody who's consultants and preferred clients and clients in your district. If you imagine put an umbrella up and it's got district manager in your umbrella, and that's everybody's in your district, okay? Then when you go to area manager, now you're going to have districts as well as preferred clients and your consultants and your clients in your team. So in our area, now Nikki Marchin's a separate area, okay? So we have got we've got Michelle Duke, Rebecca Moore, Marie-Louise O'Neill, Joanne Louise Parks, Krista Phillips, Sylvia Shpakowska. So in our area, we've already sponsored, and obviously myself, my district included, 25 people. Okay, in our region, which includes Nikki, Alison, Helen, and that's our region, okay, we have sponsored a total of 58 people, and our QV is 43,000. Over 43,000. In our nation, we've sponsored a total of 252 people, and our QV is 157,000 so far. Rocking it out, right? Isn't that incredible? I'm just going to go to Jamaica more often. You know what? I'm just going to go and not nag you and not bug you, because obviously when you guys are left to your own, when the cat's away, the mice will play. You're playing very well, so I love it. So congratulations, all of you. Good job. All right, I'm taking this off. Can you see what I've got here? So this is to get me in the mood. Obviously, this is our Arbonne. And I didn't realize that this here, which is the hummingbird. So we bought this t-shirt for $20, I think. This is the hummingbird, which is actually Jamaica's national bird, which I didn't realize. So lots of things I learned in Jamaica. Okay, so on Tuesday, we all do a half a day training, and this was the agenda. So I'm going to go through the speakers, and I'm going to go through literally all the key points and the bullets that I took away from that, condensed really in our training tonight. So first of all, we had Stian Mork. Welcome. And it's so great to have Stian on these trips. You know, he brought his mom along. And actually, on the Tuesday, the 16th of October, it was Stian's birthday. So he didn't mention that, but then everybody started singing happy birthday in the background. And you were like, what's going on? And it was obviously his birthday. So everybody was like, it's just wonderful. That's typical of Arbon. And I do remember one time when we were at GTC and his mother was wearing her Norwegian costume on stage. So Marie-Louise O'Neill, when you listen to this recording, and everybody sang happy birthday to her because it was her birthday. The entire 20,000 people in the auditorium sang happy birthday, you know, which I just love. So he welcomed everybody. And our first speaker of the night was the gorgeous Jean-David Schwartz. Okay, so he is our Chief Executive Officer, taken over from Kay Napier, married Kay Zanotti, and he is the main man. And can I just say, I was sat next to Susan McCannon, our ENVP. For those of you who knew, I'm direct to her. And she whispered something in my ear. So this is something, what should I say, off the record, okay? She said that Jean listens. No, sorry. She said Jean-David listens and Kay never. And I was like, wow, that's fascinating to know, because she's on the Leadership Council board. And she said, this man listens to everything. And I'm going to do another thing off the record. So this is a secret with you guys. Danny and I have been invited, the only two, to head office the end of this week on Friday. So Friday the 26th, to meet Brice Rocher, which I think is his dad. Can you believe that? So feeling very honored, very scary. I'll have to, je peux pas en français, I'll have to, you know, like sort my French out and pretend that I know what I'm, you know, with my accent. Ah oui, je peux pas en français, si tu veux. Ouais, d'accord. Anyway, I digress. So, cool. Let me just talk about Jean-David. I am so excited, guys. Can I just say, when Groupe Rocher bought Arbon, our lives have changed for the better, seriously. And as this t-shirt says, change starts with you. Oh, Claire's on the call. Hi, Claire Slaney, because I can't see everybody on my phone. So thank you for coming on. Good to see you, my love. Thanks, Amy, for doing that and getting everybody on. Can I get Maritza? Can you just give Marie-Louise O'Neill a message from me, my lovely, as well? Just ask her to come on the call. Thank you, lovely. All right, great. So he said, Groupe Rocher, so we know that we are a 38-year-old company. Groupe Rocher is a 60-year-old family heritage business. That's huge. And that's why they love Arbon, because we match so well. So he said, we take the decision for, we are now in the long run, prepare confidence. He said, what we're going to do will not always please everybody, but we are preparing for the future, not the next quarter. So to me, that means this is a long thing, guys. It's not a short, space of time. They are with us for our future, which is for the next 60 years. I love that. So he said the priority of Groupe Rocher for Arbon in 2018. And guys, some people are scared because I don't know if you know, but there's been quite a few heads of sheds that have left head office. So, you know, Michelle's gone, Rachel's gone. So both huge people in customer services. There's a few people that we know is gone. Not a bad thing. Okay. We know Ashley Strong is gone. And I think that's probably because they got brought up in the changeover, you know, she was sort of the right-hand wing of Kay Zanotti. So a lot of people are a little bit like, oh, are you concerned? I'm so excited. I'm not concerned in the slightest. And neither was Susan. You know, these heads of sheds are so excited for this change. So in 2018, Groupe Rocher's main priority, there are three things here. So number one to touch on is to make the products more attractive. He said that our brand is very complex. You know, we're pure, we're safe, we're beneficial, we're doctors, we're lawyers, we're saving the planet, we're free from radicals, we're free from gluten, we're free from 9 to 5, blah, 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 blah. Too much. And what we know that a confused mind does nothing. So they want to make this much more brand and a system which is more simple. And I like that. So they've already started on new products. Oh! So, and they're looking in 12 to 18 months to launch these products. So shipping. And don't you love the fact that everything's flat rate now to the end of the year, by the way? I got a VP newsletter. I don't think you guys always get this newsletter. And I did post about the skin conditioning oil. So, but the VP newsletter is talking about as well, shipping is now this flat rate shipping, £5.50 to the end of the year. That's a great step. So they say the steps, they say that we need to be more e-commerce competition and get back into the market. We're overpriced when it comes to postage and packaging. And for us old consultants, we've been shouting out about that for years. So that is so exciting, guys. By the way, is this light annoying people or is it okay behind me? It looks like I'm a halo with an angel. That's great. I've got my wings and my t-shirts and I've got my little hummingbirds. So I'm all singing, all dancing. Right, yum on. Oh my, Snuggly and John Mick, come on. Oh, I can do the accent now and everything. But anyway, so right. So Okay, so shipping, and then so that's number one is products more attractive, number two shipping, and number three is registration step. He said that IT, it's basically complex. The website is complex, right? Yeah, Emma's nodding her head furiously. It is so, and Rebecca, I think all of us are like, yeah, Amy's biting her finger off. But it is so complex. And I know for you, I don't know about you, but you know, when you, like, I have a lady today who's re-registered to get the gold bag. Isn't that nice when you're in Jamaica and somebody contacts you? Because I do preferred client, well, Lisa, I pay Lisa to do it, but every month I do a preferred client newsletter, and on it mentioned about, you know, the gold bag being, you know, the shipping as it is. And she said, I'd like one. So when I went to put her in the system today, it was her old email address, but instead of bouncing me out and then sending an email to her saying, we recognize your email address, you know, and then you have to get them to forward you the link from Arbonne, then you have to go in and complete it for them. It doesn't do that anymore. It doesn't bounce you out. You can complete the registration form and get them started again, even if they were, let's say, in Arbonne 2 years ago as a preferred client. Does that make sense? Excited for that. Okay, so anyway, already I can see that's happening. So he says that it's got to be product and pricing is going to be addressed in 2019. So this year, products more attractive, shipping and new registration step, and then products and pricing in 2019, which is wonderful. Okay, so he said that Arbonne is for everyone. And when he talks, like, he has the accents, you know, so he said it's important for the community and we need to grow into different markets. I like that. Different markets is what internationally. So he says we need to be sure of how to deal with that. And what is good for you is good for the business. So basically he's saying about, he loves the commitment that the Arbonne consultant to our company and our products, that the fact that we have built this industry. He says our commitment to our culture in Arbonne is unique. He's never seen that anywhere else in the world. And he says that takes a long, long, long time to get to where we are. And he's blown away by that. And I know Kay Zanotti was a hard woman corporate, okay? And I know we won her over in the end, okay? So he can see that. And what he's saying is that we are professionals and we're this community, and our main asset is what we have today for tomorrow, which is the sharing, the caring, or, you know, all the fact that we're, you know, the confidence that we can give to people knowing that they're having these products that we all know, botanical, plant-based, you know, and all of that. So that was him really. And then I met him in the queue for breakfast, as you do. It's a bit awkward waiting for an omelette. And I said, oh, hi, Jean-David. And I had met him before at an MVP. They did a dinner for us in the head office, which was lovely, in the UK. And we didn't know at that point he was our new CEO. And he gave me a hug. It was a bit like, oh, hello. Oh, you know, one of those things. But he, you know, that's not his comfort zone, because he's not big. He's not John Moore, you know, 6'8" giant. He's a very slender man, you know, but I was really impressed with that. So, and he knew my name, which was great. So I'm going to move on to the trainers now. So Ashley Strong, MVP of Ashley Strong. Has anyone heard of this and her on this call? By the way, if anyone's got questions, just stop me, because I'm bored hearing my voice all the time. But so yeah, unmute yourself and just ask questions or anything if nothing's clear to you. So MVP Ashley Strong. Does anyone know about Ashley at all? Okay, this woman is a powerhouse. She is serving in the US RAF, and she literally powered stormed into MVP, I think just over a year, okay? And she's got this real strong, like hardcore Texan accent or something like that. Do you know when you're just like, oh, that's very different. Anyway, she said, the discipline it takes to do this in spite of. Now, Miranda Burkham, we did an incentive, a challenge, who sold the most flash buys over the 2 days, or bonus buys, sorry. It was Jade Brimfield, so congratulations, Jade. So I bought one of Miranda Burkham's t-shirts. In fact, I've got a video for her to share with you guys later. And it says, disrespect the impossible. Miranda Burkham was a keynote speaker at GTC this year. So if you've not heard her, go and listen to her keynote speech. She is a powerhouse. We all have a bit of a female crush on her. Her biceps are bigger than mine. Like, I literally need to work on my biceps if I'm going to be keynote speaker. But this lady, Ashley Strong, says, you know, the in spite of. So when she says, people say, I can't come to the meeting because I don't have a babysitter, or I can't do this because of this. is this in spite of. There are two types of people in Arbonne: people who see barriers or people who see how to break through. Okay, and I like that. She said, you know, decide, you know, to basically be unwilling to feed the undisciplined me. And I think what happens with us guys in Arbonne is that we start the miracle morning, we become more disciplined with our food intake, our portions, what we're eating, what we're speaking to people, the thoughts, the words and deeds that we're thinking in here, that we're sharing out there. So it's about being able to, you know, be willing, you know, to feed that discipline as well. So she talked about the militaries. I kind of liked, you know, obviously ex-military, we give and take orders. So Arbonne is not going to give us an impossible incentive. And I really like that, because don't get me wrong, when I was a district manager, I never earned an AIT as a district manager because I didn't have enough numbers, okay? So it will be you promoting to area and beyond that will earn you the AIT trip, guys. I will say that's the level of volume of activity you're doing. But Arbonne do not give us an impossible incentive. Now, Jamaica was all 5-star, and I know most of you, and I hope you didn't feel, or maybe you did, hey, it's a good thing. If you look at these Facebook, you know, like photos and everyone's like, blah, 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 and you're just going, you know, like, I don't feel sick looking at this stuff. I don't want to listen to them anymore. I'm having such a nice time. You know, if you're feeling like that, that's probably a good thing, because it's going to get you going, you know what, I can do this too. You know, if that's enough to spur you on, great, you know. But, you know, don't be like put down by it. Don't feel like, oh, it's okay for them and I'm feeling left out or alone, because you're not. Like I said, we're all thinking of you all the time. And I didn't earn this as district, but I did earn this, you know, as an area. And then after that, it became very much like a DM bonus, okay? So you will get to that level of activity by choosing to discipline yourself. And when these trips come out, well, the next AIT, Rebecca G, I don't know where we are going. I do know about Australia being launched and they're off to Cuba. I'm sure it's Cuba. And they've already found out. So I'm sure we're bound to know very soon. I asked head office if I could find out, because I could launch it at GTC on stage and tell everybody, and they wouldn't allow me to. I don't know why, like, hello. But anyway, so as soon as I know, we know. Actually, I'm on an MVP Zoom call with the nations tomorrow. So if I do know, I'll sneak it through. But that, again, is just between us guys, because my neck is on the line. Right, so basically, right, so she's saying, you guys, listen to this. These numbers, break it down, because I think what happens is we see this big picture and we're like, oh my God, it's too scary. I can't handle that. If you got 20 people to do the 30 days, 20 people, okay, there's 10 days left in the month, there's 2 people a day, okay, or even if you started this next month, 20 people with the 30, November is got 30 days in November month, right? So there's less than 1 person a day, you will promote to district manager. That's 20 ASVPs, 20, 30 days in a month. Not that difficult, right? Honestly, you know, you got, you know, and right now we've got the gold bag. Now it's high QV, but right now that's great price. So really don't see this, you know, we don't say impossible, you know, Audrey Hepburn, great quote, take out the dictionary, it's I'm possible. Okay, so number 1 cure is action. And how often do we think about Arbonne? And because we're so busy thinking about Arbonne, we think we're doing Arbonne, but we're not really doing Arbonne because we're not actually doing the action that we need to take to do Arbonne, right? Anybody get that sometimes? Just going round and round. So she said, if you're busy doing the do, all that thinking stops, and all that, she said, crap in your head, you put it to bed. All right. So she said, I just continued to do what I was already doing. I sponsored, I shared, and I showed other people how to do it. And she went through her numbers of how to get to QV. So very early on, she basically doubled her PQV. So she did over 11,000 in November, doubled it. So she had 23,000 going into December. And she had 3 district managers in the area of qual. These are big numbers, guys. So by December, she already had over 60,000 QV in her account. Okay, she was the first person to earn AIT. She was on it from the start. So we all have the number 1440 in our lives. What does that mean? We all have 1,440 minutes in our day, which equals 24 hours. So I'm going to ask you all to do something with me. I can't see you all because, all right, can everybody unmute themselves for me, please? Awesome. She got the whole room doing this. Okay, let me make sure everyone's unmuted. Great. Perfect. Right. Now this is a little exercise for you guys. So I'm going to say 1, 2, 3, go, clap. Okay, you're all going to join me with that clap. Right? Are you ready? All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3. What? Did anyone pick something up on that?
There was feedback.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't say 1, 2, 3, go, clap. I went 1, 2, 3. Now, what does that mean? It means your team will do what you do, not what you say.
Ah.
Good, right?
Yep.
I love that. Okay, you can mute yourselves again. Thanks,
language.
guys. Makes you think. There's a bit of feedback, but I'll do that in nation training. So see how many of you, and not to tell anybody. But I love that. So she said 15 minutes every day. In that 15 minutes, do 15 things to grow your business. Okay? So we spin our wheels. So like this whole thing here again about doing busy work instead of meaningful work. You know, so how many people do you need to contact a day? If you're doing 40 faces a month, guys, you need to be contacting, you need to be filling out that form and getting on top of your game. So everybody who said no to her, so if you want to start this journal today, you can. So everybody who said no to her, she wrote their name in the journal and she wrote why they said no. Because what she could do was get better at why that no was. And also it meant she could go back to that person asking for a referral in 6 months and say, look, I know the timing is not right. Can I come back to you in 6 months because things may have changed? I really like that because we say the fortunes in the follow-up. And how many people do we ask and then forget about them? And it's crazy because you've already broken that barrier. So I got very good at following up, and I know it took me 8 years to sponsor my bridesmaid. And I said to her, "Can I contact you?" And she said yes. So I didn't fall out with her. I just was like, "I get it, it's okay, but is that okay? Can I do this?" Yes, you can. 6 months later, I always contact her. It took me 8 years of 6 months, and then eventually she did join my team. So how many people? I love that idea. So start a journal and start putting people's names down. Why they said no, because when you go back in 6 months, you've got to refer to that because it's all about them. So she says there's an epidemic of bare minimum, and again this disrespect impossible. Okay, so that was her. Right, then the next person we had was I'm just going to go on to my favorite. I don't know what time is it now. I'm gonna on my phone. My daughter has my laptop. Oh yeah, no, I've got loads of time. Okay, I'll do my favorite at the end. Okay, so the next person we had was a lady called MVP Maggie Hauft, and she was talking about business growth equals sponsoring. And I know that you guys know this, she just wanted, but I think it's always good to go back to the fundamental basics. And she said, I loved what she did. She changed the word opportunity to option. I've never come across that before in Arbonne. She said there is this innate belief that everyone needs to know that in her side herself, she said, I have this huge, overwhelming belief that everybody needs to know that they deserve this option. And I really thought that was quite healthy because we talk a lot about the Arbonne opportunity, but what does the opportunity mean? Most people wouldn't have heard of Arbonne before Arbonne, or they may have, but it may not, let's say it may not really have been much, or may have been something that wasn't healthy, who knows. But when you say the option, it's like you have the choice. You're giving them the right to have a choice rather than an opportunity, because that's quite heavy, I think. I like that a lot. Yeah, I like that, Claire. I really did. It really hit me. So sponsored people never get complacent. And and don't forget how you started Arbonne and how excited you were. So do that in your business. Make sure that you're always aware. Can I just say, when I did a shout out to everybody sponsoring, Amy Davey, you have 3 this month. So we talk about sponsors. I just realized, I thought I didn't look at Amy's numbers, and I bet she had. So well done, girlfriend, as well. Everyone's doing really well. Okay, so what do? We sponsor consultants and we sell products. Unlimited vision, unlimitless, limitless was all the Arbonne thing this month, wasn't it? So, you know, the GTC, the AAC, that was their limitless, was their kind of vision and their word of this year. So unlimited growth, unlimited vision, max the pay plan. And I think what happens is, you know, by doing both, so we get paid twice, we get paid, you know, once a week on PCs and once a month on consultants. So really it's about doing both in your business at the same time. And we kind of know that. The Americans are big into serving others. You know, they always talk about, we forget that in the UK, serving others. You know, we are here, Donna Johnson talks about being a humble servant. So we get to serve. And when you serve people, you have a sense of purpose. You know, even, Roosevelt, Abraham Lincoln, you know, the people of, the leaders in the past still were serving their people. So see it like that in Arbonne. You know, this is not you convincing, you know, in fact, most of us, you know, if you've read the Grow, the Leaders book, where is it? I love it. So Anson Hutchinson for boot camp got us to do this, the Go Give a Leader. And, you know, people say, I get this, I get people complacent and they say, oh, so are you, you're trying to convince me? And I will say, and that word has never sat with me. And I've gone, no, I'm not trying. First of all, don't do the word trying. As Marie-Louise I've often told her, that's failing with honor. So if you ask my kids what trying is, it's failing with honor. But this convince, we don't need to convince anybody, guys. And they do a quote where they talk about where does convincing come from. I'm trying to look for it. It's from Latin. And it means, you know, you're trying to get somebody to do something against their own will. And what happens when you do that? That person will never change, because they didn't do it because they wanted to do it. They did it because you made them feel like they had to do it. Here we go. Convince. So it means to overcome by argument. It comes from the Latin word for conquer. You know, so a man convinced against his will. There you go. Thank you. I knew Claire would know. Is of the same opinion still. So exactly. And so if you're convincing, you're overcoming by argument, then that person really, you know, they're going to yield to that, but it's not how they feel. So I love that. So never, if somebody says, are you trying to convince me? You're like, no, do what you want. You know, I have an option. You know, there you go. As simple as that. So I think we overcomplicate things in our mind, you know, keep it simple. So she said about staying relevant, focus on what you can control, not on what your team can control. And again, I really like that, because as your team grows, you know, it's focusing on you, and your team are going to go 1, 2, 3. They're going to follow your lead. So when you go do, guess what? That's going to speak more volume than just talking about it. And it makes me proud to be your leader. It makes me proud to stand up there. You know, there was only 2 nations who earned it this year, Nicola Wills and myself. There was only 2 nations who earned AIT last year. That was myself and Nina Alexander. You know, and earning 7 years in a row. So to me, I need to do to show you that you too can also do this. I did a conversation with Ali Hutchinson today. I said, God, you know, if I look back, oh my God, I was so rubbish when I started at Arbonne. I had no idea what I was doing. And I knew I didn't know what I was doing. But I thought if I just do with the skill set I have, then eventually I'll work it out. So, you know, we all start with that. So keep going, because when you're on the field, you're learning the most. So desire finds discipline. I love that quote. Desire finds discipline. You will find a way, 100%. And it's going to be different to other people. And that's what I love about Arbonne. You know, people doing this business different ways, different styles, you know, but you will find a way, your way. And when you put your energy into your why, your vision, belief, you know, that's when your areas that we're working on, on a daily basis, you're prospecting, you're sponsoring, all of that becomes much more of a natural course. And again, you're not convincing, but, you know, it doesn't feel difficult. It doesn't feel like work, you know, like, oh my God, I'm not comfortable. You know, don't get me wrong. I don't think anyone is entirely, you know, when you maybe have to talk to strangers or whatever, but actually, when you come from a place of serving, then you're excited for the option to give somebody to say yes or no. I hope that feels nice. It's meant to feel quite, you know what, we're doing it anyway, guys, aren't we? Show them what's possible. And again, we know that we have to have a belief in where we are going to take people and show them where they can also go. Now, Susan McCann, she's such a sweetheart. So she decided, she always has a little group together in her room, and she had this beautiful suite, guys. It was she had like this huge balcony overlooking the sea, like a sea view. And then she had like on the balcony, like a swing chair. And then inside she had a kitchen, and she had a couch, and she had like a sit down like area. And then she had the bedroom at the back and the bathroom, and another big balcony looking over the pool. So, and she had little tacos, and we came in there, and they're like, what do you want to drink, her and Joel? And it was just so nice to see a 4 wide she's 5 wide actually, we're her 5th nation ENVP, to be able to, you know, see what's possible for us, and to take this, for me to take this vision back to you guys. I've done a video of Susan, and I'll play it on our group chat tomorrow for you guys, just saying about in her cabana. So they had not 1, not 2, but 3 butlers, and a private cabana every single day with beautiful swans. And oh my gosh, like the life. Joel is in his element. He's loving the whole Jamaican thing. But you know, where again, your leaders are here because we want you to have it more than you sometimes, if that makes sense. You know, we're here to help you and to share with you and to you know, help your beliefs, so to speak. Okay, so basically she's saying that 90% of people are not interested before they hear about Arbonne. That's true. When you first speak to people, 90% people don't really know what this business is. They're not really interested in this business. Oh, I can see Andrea, you've joined. I didn't see you there before. Hi, Andrea. Oh, awesome. I haven't seen you in ages. Right, we need to catch up. Anyway, so it's so true. But 90% of people are interested in the business once they've heard the business opportunity, the Discover Arbonne. Isn't that interesting? So 90% before are not. So your job is to get them there. But once they've heard it, majority of people are interested in it. You've planted a seed. Whether they start on the 3rd, 4th, 5th exposure, or not for another 6 months or 2 years or 8 years, they're still more likely to be interested once they've listened to what Arbonne is. That's fascinating, right? So remember that. Always ask who's next, who's next, who's next. So right now in your team, so you must have a prospecting list. So who do you think on that list is next you're going to sponsor into your team? I write their names down. Like I literally have my sheet. I have my new ICs, and I write their names down there. And that's before they've joined my team. These are the people on my sponsoring list, on my pipeline. I've got new ICs, and I've got, and I tick, and I star the ones I'm really excited about. And as they join, I tick. So I've already put them on my list. How cool is that? And I've already put everybody. I set in my mind an action plan and goals for everyone in our region every month. So for example, I'll put beside the person what I think. So no pressure here. She's not on the call anyway. So Krista Phillips, I put 5,000 beside her. DM bonus. That's my expectation, Krista. Now, it's not my, if she does it, she does it. If she doesn't, she doesn't. But I know she can do it. I know she can do it. Okay, so never have, as you know, anyone in our team, you know, if I've done that and they haven't reached what they've reached, or sometimes overreached it, I never would follow up and say, hey, by the way, you didn't do what you should have done, because it's not my business. But I absolutely visualize for all of you, you know, being with me next year in the next AIT trip, earning your DM bonus, being at the nation meal with us. I see that. I put your names down. You know, I kind of like kiss it out to the universe. So that's really powerful. So think, who's next? Who's going to be your next or your first district manager? Who are you helping to promote to district? I know Joanna's on the call, Julie Fisher-Smith, our gorgeous doctor. You know, who's next, guys? Who's next? Who can you help? Who's next in line? Who next needs this business? Who can you help to encourage? Who can you help to support? Who can you help to mentor? Who can you help? Who can you think about a great book for somebody and think, oh, do you know what? I know she would love. I know Marie-Louise and Neil really early. I was like, you're a badass. You need that book. I just felt it for her. I felt that. You know, so always think more than just you doing your Arbonne business on your own, because you're not. And if you haven't yet got your team, you are creating that team. So who's next? Who's your next PC that you know will be a consultant? Have you gone back to them the last 6 months and asked them, would they be interested in actually the option of doing Arbonne? Are we thinking that way? I just really like that thought. I like the fact that it was like, not just always saying, I have to find you, I have to find you, which we do anyway, but actually thinking, so who's the next person then I'm going to talk to who's new, who's been on my list for a while, or, you know, or I always have a pen and paper out me, still to this day when I go out, because that's how I work. And people to this day will still pop in my head. I'll go, oh my gosh, how can I forgot about her? You know, because over time, you're going to be speaking to more and more people. So you've got so many ties here, then everywhere, you know, that you can really, really, you know, like when it comes to double AIT points in December, that's when you want to go out. Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? Who's next? It makes it exciting as well. Okay. Do not squander your gift. And, you know, remember, what was Peter Mork's vision? Peter Mork had a vision to have Arbonne products in every single household. You know, that was his vision, right? And so we're reminded of his vision all the time. Do not squander your gift. So know that everyone deserves the option. You know, the enthusiasm you have in your Arbonne business will keep you here. Bring other people in and show them what's possible. Okay, I'm going to go. And then there's a lady called Mary Wright, an ENVP, who actually trained on her bulldog's name. She put a picture of a bulldog up. She said she was thinking of her training. She was thinking, what can I do in a room full of AIT leaders that hasn't been done before? And she wanted to be a little bit funny because she said, I'm always about slides. So she decided to name the training after her dog, which is called Tulip Fiona. I was like, oh, okay, that's fun. So she made it like, you know, T stands for this. So I'll quickly go through this list and then I'm going to go on to my favorite training. T equals tenacity. Tenacious to earn the trip. Move on after hearing the word no. Move on closer to a yes. You know, hit something hard, really close to awesome. When something goes hard, it's difficult. You know that it's going to swing the other way. We know this. You know, every time somebody comes to me with a stretch, I'm like, that's great. You know, I know they probably don't want to hear that. But I'm like, that means you are about to move on to the next vibration. You know, it's a good thing, guys, because you rally up. Okay. So be always in pursuit of a full calendar. U is for urgency. So this is your, this is Tulip. So if you want to write this down, U is for urgency. We have to go out there and make this happen. You know, the team that you have now will give you the volume that you have now. Can I repeat that? The team that you have now will give you the volume that you have now. Build wide and basically book as much as you can now, because it's going to show up in your paycheck in 6 months, a year, 2 years down the line. So L is for lead from the front. The team is going to do what we do. 1, 2, 3. Do not lower the bar. It is detrimental. And sometimes we do that, you know, to help other people, but keep your DM bonus and no matter what, you know, or, you know, like I'm going to promote to DM in 6 months time, or whatever that is for you. It's great, you know, or, you know, sponsor 5 people a month, you know, or really go for what that is for you, but raise that bar, you know, don't lower that. I is for inspire. Always inspire a team by leading. Oh no, I've just said that by the front. Great upline are inspiring people by being, you know, by being there. Sorry, P, prioritize. So Tulip, T-U-L-I. Now we're on to P. Prioritize what is important. Organize your office and build Instagram. It's not income producing activity. Okay, and you know, I'm not that great on Instagram and Facebook. I'm really not. I know that. Because that isn't income producing activity for me. I need to be out speaking to people, giving them my bags, giving them my sachet samples. That's income producing activity for me. And I still do that. I've done that for, well, it'll be my 11-year anniversary next month. So there wasn't Facebook when I started Arbonne. So I kind of went nation on old school. So I'm kind of going to continue that trend because I know I've got good at it. I've been in the trenches doing it and it works for me. But everybody here is different. So you do what's right for you, okay? And there's many trainings out there. You know, we've got great getting started Facebook with Arbonne and, you know, all the videos and all the encouragement. So it's all there for you to, you know, to do what feels right for you. There's, you know, like I said, there's no right or wrong. F, so this is Tulip. So that was a bulldog, Tulip Fiona. F equals fun. I was all over that. I was like, oh, how does she know who I am? Play a game. So make this always, you know, for me, if you're a lifer in Arbonne, you have to have fun, guys, you know. And she talked about a game playing the hot potato booking blitz. And I think I'm going to run this out for us in November. Not this month. We're all having a blasting month. But I'm going to do a game. It's going to be fun for everybody. So I'm looking forward to rolling that out in November. Okay. I is intentional income. So that's the Fiona. FI is your producing activity. So 30 in 30 days or 14, you know, 40 new faces a month. You know, we talk about that. O is for opt-in. Opt-in to the Arbonne culture. Opt-in every day, you know, your events, if it's local, opt-in to every call, be there, be the evidence, turn up, lead from the front. I would say be the best follower to become the best leader. Oh, you're welcome, Claire, my lovely. Okay, N is need to be consistent. I see this in so many people's businesses, guys. They get going, momentum, and then they stop. Oh my God, you've gone back to square one. It is so hard to get that momentum going again. You know, it is like this kind of thing. All right, Claire, see you later, lovely. It's like, you know, once it's going, it's a train. It's, you know, steam engine. But it's that when you screech, you then have to start that. And oh my gosh, guys, that is difficult. So it is so important to our success to keep consistency going. And most national vice presidents in that room said, when people say, what is the number one thing you would recommend? It's consistency. She says, when I'm in activity, I feel certain about my Arbonne business. Certain. I'm certain I'm going to meet the people because I'm out there doing the do. So she did a picture of her when she's consistent in her business. So you might want to do this for Instagram or Facebook. It's quite fun. So she looked sassy and she like, you know, one of those kick-ass, you know, boss babe photos. So that was her saying, I'm confident because I'm being consistent in my business. And then if you look at your calendar, it's like empty diary. Then she did one when she wasn't consistent and her hair was a mess. And she's like, kind of like really not very pretty, because that's how we feel inside. We all know these feelings, right? When it's coming to month end and you're like, oh my God, I've got, you know, okay. So my name is consistency and I'm related to success. So you want to write that down? My name is consistency and I am related to success. It feels very empowering, doesn't it? It feels great. Activity, activity, activity. So that's the A. Activity is your best business party. I love that. When your activity is high enough and consistent enough, you will promote to the next level of your business. So that was her. Right. So final, to wrap up, my favorite one of all, last but not least, her name was, she was the most softly spoken woman. She was like you, Rebecca, and Emma. And even Joanne. I've got some really softly spoken people here on this call. Very, very calm, very kind of not your pumped up, like, you know, Ashley Stroll, hooah! You know, she was just there and she was just like so sweet, so sweet. And she was my favorite. So she talked about belief, B-E-L-I-E-F, belief. We talk about this a lot. Her name was MVP Alice Nok-Heisey, her surname. So she told a story about somebody who was working really, really hard, you know, as a lot of people do, but was not able to promote and did not understand why. And she phoned up Cecilia Stoll, who now we know is 13 wide ENVPs. And she said, what am I doing? I don't get it. I'm out there, I'm talking to people, you know, I'm prospecting, I'm you know, I'm doing the do all the time, I'm listening, I'm done, make sure, you know, I'm doing everything that that I'm meant to do, but I'm not where I'm meant to be. Okay. And I know that probably Ali, you're on this call, it kind of feels like that. You know, what is it? Because like I'm giving it my all, but I'm just feel like I'm trapped. And this is what Cecilia Stoll said. It sounds like this person doesn't actually believe. Belief is a decision. And I remember going region. I honestly, guys, I wanted it more than anyone in the whole wide world. I did more than anyone in the whole of Arbonne, personally, because I didn't really know what else to do. And I know Carol McFarlane was not doing 14 to 16 parties a month. I just knew she wasn't doing that level of activity. But I couldn't wrap my brain around why I wasn't an RVP. And I read this book and it said, your desire, your expectation has to match your desire. If you don't believe that you deserve it or you can have it, it will never happen. It will pass you by. And that was a massive mind shift changer for me. And this is Cecilia said, belief is a decision. So decision, write this down if you're writing, if you're pen to paper, decision equals belief. Belief equals decision. Your business will reflect your belief. Now this is so cool. Treating belief, I like this, like wine or cheese takes a long time to create. So we mustn't see belief as like a mature wine. That's not going to happen in our bond, right? So as your business will reflect your belief, this is what I loved. She said, and then she put a picture of her daughter on with her pajamas. And she decided to go out on roller skates, but she didn't want to take her pajamas off. So she had her roller skate stuff on top of pajamas. And Elise was saying to her daughter, you're going to get really hot. Like, are you sure you want? And she, no, I don't want to do this. And she came back in like 5 minutes and she was sweating and she didn't enjoy it. So imagine belief is clothes. Make a decision every morning to take off your pajamas and wear your belief clothes every day. Even if sometimes you may not feel like it, you have to take your pajamas off and put on your belief suit every day. I just love that. I just thought, because Henry Ford's incredible quote, you know, if you think you can, you can. If you think you can't, you can't. That's so right. And most people stop themselves from promoting to the next level because they don't believe. Belief is that decision. You can do all the activity, but if you truly don't believe in your heart and soul that it won't be, then guess what? Wear your belief suit. Create a belief suit. Get your journal. If people are saying no, write their names down, do all of that, and stand proud in your belief suit. It was just amazing, because I know so many people, you know, who feel like they're stuck. And I'm like, I wrap my brains thinking, what can I give them to help them to move forward? Like, I can give books and audios and recommendation, but what I can't give them, there's something. You're right, Amy. I love it. There's something I feel as a leader that I just haven't engaged with to help them enough. And it's belief. It's belief. It's your belief. Yes, Maritza, I know. I'm speaking to quite a few. I think I'm speaking to all of us on this call, right? You know, even as like for me, even as an MVP, doesn't mean that I don't sometimes find it difficult to believe, right? You know, I have to sometimes make it up, you know, but I couldn't really tell you guys that, because you're following my lead and I'm meant to be the leader. And you know what, if I then go, you know, sometimes like if I go, somebody asks me a question, I don't know the answers. And then I ask the question, what is that? What is that? You know, like I'll have to ask somebody who knows that, like Emma, your 30 days, your knowledge on, that's not, I'm not as good. I know that, right? But I know that you believe in me as a leader. And you know, most of you got so many skills that I know that are your skills and not my skills. Right? So I need to believe that you want to be here because you choose to be here and you're happy here. And that's my belief suit that I have to wear every day, that I'm helping you and that none of you feel deserted or lonely or stuck or like that you're not, haven't got somebody who's looking out for you. You know, it's so important for me. And so your belief does change as you go through the levels of leadership in Arbonne. But yeah, your belief suit. So she said action behind belief focuses. So what happens is you take that shift away from that fear and the stories that appear in our head. I know, Emma, you're so gorgeous, lovely. So she said she let fear run her show in her life for 2 years. 2 years this lady didn't wear her belief suit. The decision. Remember, I said decision equals belief and belief equals decision. Can you survive the fear and move forward in fear and create the business you believe? Because you know Nelson Mandela, I love to quote, you know, he's got a great book. And in that book, it said, I quoted it on stage somewhere, but it said, he says, Nelson Mandela says, courage is not that we're not scared. We are scared. That it's not, but we go and do it with the fact that we're scared, we go and do it anyway, even though we're scared. That's courage. It's not because you're not scared. You bloody well are scared, but you do have to go and do it anyway. That's the truth. And I know promoting at every level, I felt sick as a parrot. Oh, you know, it's like, oh my God, are you joking? Or it's not even funny, you know. I had diarrhea for days going nation. It's not even funny. It's horrible. It's like giving birth all over again. It's messy. It's but it's amazing what you can create because of your belief. So you can decide today to believe. Belief has a sound. Don't treat your belief like wine or cheese. Okay, start tomorrow with your belief suit. And most of our, you know, and your words are about moving people, moving yourself, driving people. If our words are not moving people, we fall into the category of sales. I'll say that again. If our words are not moving people, we fall into the category of doing sales. We're building a network, a community here. You're inviting people to join our team, our community. I don't even really talk about, I give people Arbonne products to try and they buy and they love it. But I brag on us. I brag on our team. Like I always say to people, I can't wait for you to meet our team. Like I have more guests now come to Nation Training than I do to DA because I want them to feel the vibe and, you know, just be part of our incredible, like, amazing, like, group of overwhelming supportive people that nowhere in the world have I seen this. You know, the culture, you know, it's taken me to create our nation and it's taken Arbonne to create our culture and all of that, you know. So when that's belief, guys, belief is your voice. You're not selling. What are we doing? We're believing and helping others to come, to join this community of supporting people, loving and kind. So, you know, if you want to say belief, you know, you can sell the true Arbonne story. You know, without true belief, spoken with compassion, you are only in a job in Arbonne. Let me say that again. Without true belief, spoken with compassion, you're only doing a job in Arbonne. And none of you here, you know, if I said to you, okay, Arbonne, tomorrow's gone. Pull the plug, no more Arbonne. I don't know about you, but, well, I'm not even going to think like that, right? Where would you be without us, without the friendships we've made, the fun we're having, the legacy we can build, the hope we can wake up every day for us and for others, you know? So it's the power of a decision. I've got 3 minutes left. We can't just put on belief. Sometimes we have to take it off as well. If it doesn't serve us, we have to take it away. So that's the negativity mindset. You know, take your pajamas off. So sometimes you may need to buy yourself a new set of pajamas. Yeah, take those old pajamas off, take unbelief off, and put your new belief pajama, you know, like, and put your new belief on. Sometimes your belief could be old pajamas, right? Sorry, I meant clothes. Yeah. That's it. Sorry. Like, sorry, I read that wrong. Take your pajamas off and take unbelief off, which is unbelief, and put belief on. Yeah. So decide to put belief on every day, to act on it, and to protect it. Protect. Okay? And I promise you, mountains will move. Oh! Wings will fly. Oh, namaste. Oh my God, I hope you got a little bit of what I felt like in that room. I had to share it with you guys. Thank you guys. I love you all so much. You are my family. Like, I really do, guys. You know this so much, and you know that my daughter saying, Mom, you don't have any other friends apart from Arbonne. And I was like, oh yeah, you're right. I don't have anybody else but Arbonne. So don't you all leave me, because I would have no friends. Get well, Emma. That's so true. Look at Rebecca. She's the biggest squiggle in our team. But you two are both very good, thoughtful people. Thank you, guys. Put your belief suit on tomorrow morning. Don't just sell products. Share the belief of what we have alongside selling products. But that is more important to get you to AIT with me next year, as well. All right, night, mwah, and I'll post this out. Bye, everybody. See you on the next call.